Have you ever heard of solipsism? It's basically a theory which questions everything around us. What if I told you everything you see might just be a creation of your own mind? I know it sounds absurd, but think about it. Let's say you're walking down the street, surrounded by people, buildings. Everything feels real, right? But the real question is it real? Just like in the movie The Matrix, where Neo discovers that his reality is a simulation, solipsism suggests a similar idea that your entire world might be a projection of your own consciousness. Let's try understanding this with an example. Suppose you place your favorite mug in the cupboard. When you leave the room, does the mug exist? Anybody would say it does, but solipsism says otherwise. You might as well ask a friend to check on it while you're not there, and you might also want to record it, but in the end, when you're not watching it, it disappears. It does not exist. All we have are our senses to prove what's real. We hear, we see, we touch. These experiences shape our reality, but what if they are misleading, just like the dreams, where everything feels real until you wake up? What if waking life could be just as deceptive? There is this famous philosopher Rene Descartes. Have heard of this his famous line where he said, "I think, therefore I am." He wasn't a solipsist, but he had an interesting point. He said, if we aren't sure, if we can't trust our senses, how can we trust other people's consciousness? What he means to say is, we don't know if other people have consciousness because we have our mind and we experience it, but we can't be sure that other people do, which leads to another problem called problem of other minds. Solipsism just leads to more questions than answers. But I was really curious about this theory and I've been researching on it, not just recently. I have researched on this long time ago, but at that time I didn't really think a lot about it. But now, considering all that is happening in the world, we never know. We never know what's happening. We never know what could be a possibility, what could be the nature of our reality.